Now we're going to talk about going fines free. I am so excited. I asked several of my friends to share their thoughts with us.
Hi, I'm Alan Harkness and I'm the director of the Chattahoochee Valley Libraries. Some of you may remember that I was director at the Piedmont Regional Library System from January of 2007 to November of 2010. Those years were some of my best years professionally, and I miss being there. I'm here to talk about our library system going fines free. On one hand, the numbers. Like most other library systems that have gone fines free, our numbers really looked great for the first 6 months. Of course, then COVID hit. But I'm going to give you those numbers and talk about the head stuff. So in 6 months, our new cardholder signups went up by 20%. That's a lot. Our circulation went up by 10%. That's also a lot. Nobody gets numbers like that. At our most socioeconomically disadvantaged branch, the new cardholder signups were up over 200%. And that told me that we did the right thing. And for those of you that are worried about giving away the store when we go fines free, it actually has the opposite effect. Let me give you some numbers about that. We didn't change when we bill somebody for a book. The same interval still applies. And people get blocked just like they always did if they don't return their stuff. But guess what happened? The lost items returned went up by 250%. The paid replacement for lost materials more than doubled as well. The holds queues for most of our items didn't change either. So the head stuff, all those numbers held really well. But what about the heart? The heart stuff also means a lot to me as well. So many people came back that one staff member at one of our locations said it was like a family reunion. There were people she hadn't seen in years. We had one woman tell us that she had stopped using the library because her daughter's fines were preventing them from riding the bus, and they couldn't choose between the fare for the bus and paying overdue fines for the library. That broke my heart. Fines free is the right thing to do. It's the easy thing to do, and you can focus on helping people and not chasing those quarters and dimes like you used to have to do. Fines free makes a lot of sense. Fines free makes so much sense because overdue fees weren't working anyway. I hope y'all have a really great day, and thank you for your time.
Yay, Alan! Now let's hear from David.
Hello, I'm David Singleton, Executive Director of Live Oak Public Libraries in Savannah, Georgia. Public libraries really exist to serve the entire community, but a lot of barriers get in the way of that. And one of those is fines. And as I've been in this business for 33 years, and I've certainly seen that, and you'll see this pattern is very familiar to you as well. A family comes in with young children. Children check out materials. They're very excited. They have new library cards or library accounts. But we don't see them again in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever the circulation period is. What happens is that fines accrue on those materials. And whether the parents pay the fines or not, they're hesitant for their children to check out more materials from the public library. And I'm afraid that also leaves not the best impression for those children as they think about libraries in the future. I want to share with you some research I did at Charlotte-Mecklenburg Library, where I was a few years ago, about the relationship between fines and income. So you'll see here across the bottom, you'll see the zip codes for our facilities, and there's more than one zip code for some of our facilities, like South County, SOR, has 2 zip codes here. But both of them are relatively high income, and income is the red vertical lines. The blue line is the percentage of customers in that zip code, live in that zip code, are active customers, but have blocked library accounts. And that goes from 9% 10% in some of our highest income neighborhoods, to a high of 21 or 22% in some of our lowest income neighborhoods. This is West Boulevard and this is Sugar Creek. So this data was really startling to me. I will say that at the time, this data was enough to allow anyone, regardless of your fine status, to use a public computer. What was the library going to lose with allowing them to use a public computer? They weren't checking out materials, so allowing them to do that seemed like a natural next step. I'll also say that in 2021, Charlotte-Mecklenburg eliminated fines for all users. And this data, I think, was one of the turning points that allowed them to see that possibility for the future. So in my experience, I want to serve the entire community, and I really do believe that going fines free is one way that we can eliminate one of the major barriers to doing just that.
Thanks, David. Now we're going to hear from George and the rest of the gang. You guys have a great staff day.